to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going to be talking about Giselle Bryant. Is that her name? Jamal Bryant's ex-wife. He's a little bit of a weirdo, but we're not talking about him today. We're going to talk about Giselle and the scam that they have pulled off on us for the past few years. I can't say it was straight from the beginning. What I can say is that ever since they managed to get Monique up out of there has been this bullshit that has been showing up consecutively from the time they ruined Monique's marriage. Now, I was watching one of the bloggers today, and they said a couple of the OGs, a few of the OGs are forced to be let go. Now, they had Karen Huger up in there. I do want to tell you guys, Karen is safe. There's nothing that's going to happen to Karen. I promise you. All right? Hi, Kiona. I promise you, nothing is going to happen to Karen. But I do believe that Giselle and Robin has some splaining to do to producers and probably to Andy, but Andy doesn't handle that very well. I think it's going to be network executives that are going to be like, how could you do this? This one is turned right side up, but I'm not going to choose it because I just did a reading, and I know that that has a reflection on the reading being on the wrong side. So if the shadow card is going to show up again, it needs to show up in any of these cards or in my tarot cards. All right. So I believe that this is bigger than we recognize, right? Potentially, they have put themselves in a fishnet and they can't get out. All the while screaming, let me out, let me out, let me out. And it's like, but how did you get in there? That's what you have to explain to us. Where were you trying to go with these stories? Hi, Dee Dee Scott. What's happening that you got caught all up in this mess that didn't have to be? Now, if you guys were much smarter, you would have brought it up and cleaned it up, because we would have wanted that for you. We would have been like, oh, he cheated again, but look at you, Robin. You handled it. That's not what happened. You coward. You were a coward. You cowardly handled it by telling everybody else that they have a problem with their relationship. So I just want to see what's around Giselle specifically. I do not see Robin coming back. But what's around Giselle? Let's take a look. Hi, darling, at Tracey Brown. Hi. Hi, everyone. Good health, everyone. Call me for your own personal reading, 213-458-7408. 213-458-7408. What is around Giselle Bryant? I get transformation, certainty, confidence. This is in a past position. She has been overly confident at this job, and she has enjoyed the overconfidence and the position that she has taken on. It's my understanding she is like an unsung producer, right? That means they go to her and they say, stir up this trouble, Giselle, right? Something is revealed. There's going to be a breakthrough. There's going to be a breakthrough. I get power, self-confidence, productivity. I do believe she has to go. I do believe she has to go, and I do believe maybe she could wind up on a TV show that has to do with finding her love, but I think she has to be removed from Real Housewives of Potomac. She hates the fact that this is happening to her. Too much recognition in the wrong direction. She actually is a very proud woman. All right? She recognizes that she has self-sabotaged herself, pairing up with this story to protect Robin. She don't give a shit about Juan. I get the Knight of Wands and I get a Seven of Wands. So producers are not happy with them. And they have had conversations letting them know how unhappy they are with them. And they've had to fight back. So I do believe this is Giselle fighting back. But the way that she fights back is with a lie. So she's still not telling the truth. I get the Six of Wands Giselle thinking that no matter how this played out, she was going to be okay. She's very delusional, guys. Very delusional. Very delusional. She's like, I'm going to be fine. I get the Page of Cups. There's some weird semblance of hope that they are offering up, right? I don't think the no's have come through yet. I think it's like, we'll see. We have to figure out how we can bring you back. I really feel without ruining the show. Robin can't come back. I think they're worried if they get rid of both of them, could they ruin the show? Because actually, New York is in such disarray that they really want to not do what they did with New York. So the Chariot card is here. To be honest with you, I know this is going to sound crazy. They're going to bring in much more chocolate girls because they have to recognize that part of the problem was the light-skinned girls, Mia, Ashley, Robin, and Giselle teamed up. So now they have to look. They didn't see it for what it was. They saw it as a bunch of girls against a bunch of girls. They have to admit right now that part of the demise of this group at this point was two green-eyed monsters who then they understand now had a light skin issue. I hate saying this. This is terrible, guys. This is terrible. But they're going to recalibrate the light-skinnedness on the show. I think they want to bring the show back, and I think they want to bring it back right away. But I do believe they're going to bring back at least 3 other people, all on the darker than the brown skin, brown paper bag spectrum. Now, the producers don't know what I'm talking about when I say that. I know what I'm talking about, and so do you. So 3 more girls are coming, at least 3. 2 maybe, but I don't think 2 is going to be enough. 3 is going to come back on the brown skin spectrum. So it's going to look much more like Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? She's worried. She is worried. She's also being really nice to them. Like, you know, when someone is like really pussyfooting around and, hey, sweetie, that type of stuff. They haven't given the answer yet, by the way. There's no answer about this just yet. I get a King of Cups and I get a 10 of Cups. I feel like the producers don't want to lose her as part of the family. I feel like they have to turn their back on her as part of the family. I think that they have to admit that Giselle put their jobs on the line. And I think that's why she has to leave. Because the producers don't trust her. They got into a lot of trouble for this season. A lot. It also doesn't help that Carlos King was all over this. That does not help at all. Because everyone sees Carlos King as the mega king and knows reality TV. And so when he put his 2 cents in, he ruined how they felt about themselves and ruined Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, I'm not saying that's his problem. That's the producer's problem. Because like Carlos King said, somebody would be fired. And I don't think he means Robin and Giselle. I think someone behind the scenes would be fired, including his mentee. That's what I think. So, I feel like they have to get rid of Robin. For some reason, I'm not confident that it's a full firing. I'm not confident of that. I feel like she's less than a friend of the show. So she might show up at events like Charisse did, less than a friend of the show. And then they will decide if anything she says is usable in the edits. That's what I think. I think she's going to show up like Charisse. Never. Hi, Jada. Hi. Hi, Soul Sister. Hi, sweetie. I like Real Housewives of Potomac, but I don't think the colorism was the root of a lot of the drama on the show. It is the undercurrent. So if you don't see colorism, then you may not be able to see racism when it's in your face, because racism is subtle. Colorism, this was subtle. You see what I mean? Racism is like, oh no, you're qualified for the job, of course. We just went in a different direction, but the different direction is a white person that turns out is not qualified as you. Racism. How do you prove that though? Who do you talk to when you say they hired somebody less than qualified? You know what I mean? Because if you complain, you look stupid, right? What do you mean they didn't hire you because of your color? Well, that's how I feel, but that's not right. But that's how I feel. You look stupid. So if you can't see the colorism that was the undercurrent, you may not be able to see racism. This is colorism. The fact that whether they knew it or not, I'm not saying it was absolutely done on purpose. I don't see Ashley as a colorist. I see Ashley as a get along to be along. So if it was the other girls doing it, she would have been like, yeah, let's do that, right? I think Robin and Giselle have a colorism issue. And they dragged Ashley and Mia into the drama. That's the way I see it. That is still colorism. Whether you know you've been dragged in or not, those two green-eyed monsters have colorism written all over them. So the drama in their colorist way, the drama was normal. Well, let's just make up a thing that, he's cheating. Well, that just happens, color or no color. But how they did it was absolutely colorism. Yeah, she's delusional. She and Robin thought they had a successful event in a near empty venue. That's true. If that's not delusional, what? Oh, Oh, I'm sorry, Jada. I misread. You do get it. I like Real Housewives of Potomac, but I do think colorism was the root of a lot of the drama on the show. I'm so sorry. I thought you said I do not think. Oh, I gotta slow down. No, Jada Marie TV says I do think that colorism was the root. It was of a lot of the drama on the show. It was Jada Marie TV. It was. I agree. All right. So with that being said, is Giselle coming back on the show? No, it's been too public. It's been way too public, and she basically strangled herself. There is a king of wands that is a king of swords that is so upset at how public this became. I think it's over, Giselle. I think it's over. When it's over fast. I think that the Four of Cups tells me you're out. I think the only reason why they're waiting is because there could be a miracle that could come out in the next 2 episodes that could change their mind. So they're not doing anything with these ladies. No, you got to go. Giselle, you have to go. You have to go. So the way I see it, I don't believe it's 100% permanent. I do believe you have to go. I don't see it's 100% permanent, but you are out in the cold. You are the new Cherise. And that decision will stick and stand. And I got to tell you something else. It will stand for years. You have pissed people off, Giselle. I don't think it's Andy, the King of Cups. Is he Cancer? Is he Cancer? Because I think it's some higher executive that is like, mm-mm. They seriously, they single-handedly almost ruined the franchises because what went on in Potomac is indicative of what went on in New York City, which is indicative of what's going on in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They seem to be ruining franchises, whereas the other groups had problems in the group and it was isolated. Now we can connect the dots to show that the producers are the biggest problem. I get the Tower card, sweetie. Not only are you going to lose your job, I really believe you might lose your home too. You were not smart. You were not smart at all. Jada TV says, I've been in Wendy's position where women who look like Giselle and Robin would be nasty to me, and I would always handle it gracefully because karma is the best revenge. This is true. This is true. But when we come to the year 2023, karma is swift and fast. It's so fast now. It's so fast. You don't have to wait anymore. You don't have to be like, did they ever get their karma? Now it's like, karma. I was like, oh, well, karma just walked right in there, didn't she? Andy's a Gemini. Yeah, the King of Cups feels like it's someone bigger and someone that's more emotional about how these women embarrassed the executives and the producers. Oh, yeah, remember Nancy Nice. Yes, I remember that phrasing. It was a terrible phrasing back in the day. I remember that phrasing. You said Wendy's people, Mama, would get them. Oh, did I, Lena? I don't even remember. Wendy's people? Oh, 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 oh. I said that they messed with the Africans. Don't mess with the Africans. You people don't know. You don't know. I know things. Don't mess with the Africans. They loved Wendy. How dare you? How dare you? Do you want all those African eyes on you? Do you want the whole continent on you that has the ability to watch what is going down? They all got something buried for Robin and Giselle. I did say that. Oh, I said that. I did say that. It's true. It's absolutely true. They went way too far with Wendy. Way too far with Wendy. They went far. They went dirty. And those African women across the continent, they're like this. You need our help? Bet. For free. You need our help? Bet. You ain't got to say no more, Wendy's mother. We got you. We got you. Right. Those insecure women target the most secure woman. Right. Right. Yes, they did. All the ones with husbands. Weirdos. A bunch of weirdos. All right, let's get the final outcome. I got a reading. Final outcome. I always like to take the ones that are hiding. The ones that are hiding are my favorite. All right, let's do this. Oh, that's good enough. Right side up, mentor. Passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. Well, they sure did mentor each other. Ignorance mentored ignorance. I don't know what mentor means. Should have been upside down. Mentor, master, counselor, tutor, based on a character in the Odyssey to whom, yay! Oh, yay! All right, hold on a second. Okay, be still. Be chill. Yay! One of my clients, I just did a reading with her. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Be still. Be still for now. Be still for now. Let me tell you something. I am Cyrano de Bergerac. What is that name? Cyrano. Isn't that a Shakespeare? Cyrano de Bergerac? Something like, I'm that. What is the name? I can't remember it. I'm that. Okay. Entrusted the care of his household and the education of his son. Trusted teacher, guide in many forms of art, business, and spiritual practice. Passes on wisdom and refines the student's character. Ask yourself if you've shown a lifelong pattern. All right, I know what this is. Mentor is who Carlos King left behind, his mentee. The mentor is the person that was supposed to control this situation. So now I need to see if he has a job, because it fell apart in his hands. Now this is kind of telling me that the mentor let this go down. He let Giselle and Robin green-eyed their pretty faces, and he may not have a job. So now I need, Cyrano de Bergerac. Am I pronouncing it right? I'm your Cyrano de Bergerac when it comes to love. You have no idea what I do. I'm like, okay, now say this. I spend all my days putting out fires that y'all created. I gotta go. I got a reading to do. I love you. Take it easy. Bye.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown.